Why do schizophrenia's residual symptoms cause cognitive deficits? Imagine living with a puzzle that's missing some pieces, even after most of the picture is clear. That's what residual symptoms in schizophrenia can feel like. When the most intense symptoms like hallucinations and delusions fade, some challenges still stick around. These lingering issues are called residual symptoms, and they often include negative symptoms like low motivation, social withdrawal, and emotional flatness. But they also include ongoing problems with thinking, memory, and focus, known as cognitive deficits. Cognitive problems are a big part of schizophrenia and tend to stay even when other symptoms improve. Around 80% of people with schizophrenia experience some form of these issues. They might struggle with remembering things, paying attention, or making decisions. These difficulties can make everyday life harder, from holding a job to maintaining relationships. The reason residual symptoms cause these cognitive issues comes down to changes in the brain. Schizophrenia is now seen as a disorder that affects how the brain develops and works over time. Key areas involved include the prefrontal cortex, which helps us plan and make decisions, and the hippocampus, which is important for memory. When these parts of the brain don't function properly, it impacts how well the brain can adapt and change. This process, called neuroplasticity, is essential for learning and recovery. Negative symptoms like lack of motivation are closely linked to these brain changes. For example, the prefrontal cortex often shows less activity in people with schizophrenia. When this part of the brain isn't working well, it becomes hard to start tasks, stay focused, or follow through. This directly affects thinking skills and makes it tough to manage daily tasks. Dopamine, a chemical messenger in the brain, also plays a role. It helps us feel rewarded and motivated. In schizophrenia, dopamine signaling is disrupted, which makes it difficult to assign importance to things or ignore irrelevant information. This can interfere with learning from experience and adjusting to new situations, worsening cognitive performance. Other chemicals like glutamate and gamma-aminobutyric acid are involved too. Imbalances in these systems affect how brain cells communicate, leading to inefficient processing of information. These chemical and structural brain changes make simple tasks like focusing or remembering seem much harder for someone with schizophrenia. Current treatments mainly use antipsychotic medications. These are good at reducing hallucinations and delusions, but don't do much for negative symptoms or cognitive issues. That's why many people in the residual phase still face challenges with thinking and motivation, even when other symptoms are controlled. Researchers are working on new treatments, but for now, cognitive deficits remains a big obstacle for recovery. Living with schizophrenia can feel like an invisible wall. Even when the loud symptoms are gone, the ongoing struggles with thinking and motivation can make it hard to rebuild a normal life. Recognizing that these issues are part of the illness, not personal failings, is important. Support from family, structured routines, and cognitive training can help manage these difficulties. While there's no cure yet, understanding the roots of these problems can lead to better ways to live with them and improve daily functioning.